we talk about the server-side web applications. Okay, the tools that we use, IDE tools that we use. Okay, so this is what we have gone through last week. Okay. There are some things which you have gone through every single subject related to the web development. Okay, you have some slide related to the dynamic and static web pages. Okay, this is very easy things. Okay, what we have it different from other web subject is this subject we use ASP.NET. Okay, so ASP.NET. What is the components of this ASP.NET? Okay, what is ASP.NET? It is covered in this chapter 1 slide. Okay, actually ASP.NET. Okay, the things that we have inside the slide. Okay, actually is not a lot. Just few slides. Few notes. Which taken from the ASP.NET documentations online. Okay, this is ASP.NET. Product of Microsoft, right? Product of Microsoft. Not only Microsoft. Product of this giant tech companies, they actually provide all the full documentations online for us to access to it. So the things that's inside the slide actually just some things, very little things or few pages taken from the documentation. So when you read through the slide, you don't understand the full documentations in Microsoft official website related to ASP.NET. You know we use .NET 6. 4.6 or 4.7 frameworks. This is not the latest one. The latest one is supposed to be core.NET. ASP core networks. Core .NET frameworks. That one is the latest one. So when you need to refer to core.NET, it is always available in Microsoft website. Very easy to look for it. But if you want something related to this .NET frameworks, which is actually old things from Microsoft, we're still able to find it. From the documentations, we go to find the specific frameworks, 4.6 or 4.7 frameworks. You're able to have the full documentations on it. So everything's related to the .NET things, frameworks, which we put inside the slide. Considers. What I think is considers is the easy things for us to learn, to memorize, since you need to take your final exam. Okay, and normally the lecturer who come out with the questions, they normally won't take the things outside your slides to come out. Set the exam papers, or else most of us will fail. So why we have the slide? Why the slide also only have very little things on it? Because of your final exam. So we have gone through these things. What is the ASP.NET? How the ASP.NET frameworks works? What is the basic components? The basic components is these things. This framework also has the basic components. How the things works in these basic components in the slide. When I open this, what is that compilations, steps, what is CIL and CLR. These are the slides that we gone through last week. What is the difference between .NET frameworks and the traditional compilations process? What is the .NET comparisons process? From here, and then here the computer hang, and then we stop the class, right? So web servers you all know already. We put our website inside a web server. So last time you use HTML. Most likely you know what is IIS server. IIS server is a web server which we use, and we're able to set up inside Microsoft Windows Server. Okay, that one. Okay, this one we call it IS server. Some of you use other programming language before. It says PHP. That one is open source thing. PHP we normally use together with the Apache. Apache also a web server. This is open source web server. And when we use open source, normally we don't use Microsoft Windows Server because Microsoft Windows Server we need to pay the license. Okay. Microsoft Desktop we install in our own computer. That one's actually we need to pay, right? Okay. Says you buy laptops is already included because of that's Microsoft OS. Okay, purposely for the students or the home use. Okay, they maybe cost around few hundreds ringgit. Okay, that one is Microsoft Desktop version. Okay, for us to have the server, if we use Microsoft products, okay, we use Microsoft Windows Server. The license is expensive. If we use IIS, we use Microsoft Windows Server. If we use open source, everything we use open source, including the coding. Says we use PHP, says we use Python. Okay, and then we use open source web server, examples like Apache. Okay. Then we use OS, which is open source also. What is the OS open source thing? Linux, right? Linux. That one is free one. So if you want to use open source, it is the whole things we use open source. To reduce the cost. Now when we use Microsoft, everything we need to pay definitely. Says we use IIS web server, and then we use Microsoft Windows Server. Both. Not both. Microsoft Windows Server need to pay. So examples, the web servers like Apache, this is open source. IIS, this is the ones that normally come together with Microsoft Windows Server. Anyone learned cloud computing before? You got elective subject, right? When you take your elective subject related to the cloud. Next sem, okay. So this is basically the client and servers scenarios only. How we request using the client, how the server responds to the clients. Chapter 1. Then we go to your past year related to the chapter 1 before we go to the chapter 2. This is one of the past year. How I get it? I go to download from the library. So you want to get your past year questions, go to download from the library. How to get the answer from your slide? Basically from the slide. They ask me, I also learn it. So this one. Questions 1, A, B. Do it first. Take out your papers or whatever tab you have, then do this one. This is questions 1, 4 marks A, B, and marks. Let's see how many marks you able to get when you have your notes with you. Now you have your notes with you. Final exam you don't have notes. Final exams basically you have 4 questions, 100 marks, right? 4 questions. So 4 questions. 1 questions you need to use around 30 minutes to finish it. 30 minutes means it. Questions 1, A, B, C, D, 30 minutes. Like this one, A and B only, the short one, A and B only. Means that you use 15 minutes to complete it. So within 15 minutes, complete this one, A and B. Start to chat already means that start already. What is ASP.NET? This one's diary in the slide, right? What is ASP.NET? Right? It's not necessarily exactly same like this, but this is supposed to be the correct answers from Microsoft. What is ASP.NET? It is a server-side technology for us to create a dynamic web pages. It is a server-side technology. Let us fully use the full-fledged programming languages to create our web page. This is an easy answer. But as long as someone is correct related to the ASP.NET, says the answer is from Microsoft web pages, from Microsoft official website, it is acceptable. Okay, simple as this one. Okay, 4 advantages of using .NET framework. Okay, so that one is 4 marks, right? It means that when you give 2 like this one, it's supposed to be 2 marks and 2 marks. Okay. So advantages of using .NET framework. Okay, 8 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other correct answer which you able to get it from Microsoft ASP.NET's official website is acceptable. Okay. Okay. 8 marks plus 4 marks. Okay. Now you count by yourself how many marks you get. Okay. Put inside your note as well. No need to submit to me. Okay, calculations done. Okay, calculations done. Okay, then we go for another one. Okay. This is another partial. Questions 1, A and B. This is from your chapters 1 also. Okay, questions 1, A and B, 15 minutes, please do it. If the font's too small, you still have empty space in front, you can just move in front. Okay. If no, okay, then if you have good handphones, okay, able to zoom it, then just take. Okay, 4 differences between client-side and server-side dynamic web pages, 8 marks. Okay, so this one is easiest questions to get marked. It's not limited to this one, but this one is the easiest way to get the marks. Okay. Not easy to not limited to this one because of we know what is dynamic web pages since we learned all web related subject, and we know what is server side dynamic web pages and client side dynamic web pages. As long as your answer is correct, okay, related to this question. And the markers, okay, agree to your correct answer, then you're able to get marks. Who is the marker? Don't know. No, not necessarily. Sometimes they ask me to mark other subjects, but I don't know why. Maybe because of when I mark other subjects, I don't need to think of my students need to give higher marks. When I mark other subjects, I think that other lecturer also give lower marks, then I give lower marks. Other subjects are my students, right? When we get the result, my subject a lot of students fail. Luckily, I failed a lot of students other subjects also. Okay, this one is the client side and the server side. So how many marks you get? Yeah, you count by yourself. And one more is this one. Okay, compare the conventional comparison process. Okay, example like Java, compare with the ones that's in ASP.NET frameworks. Okay, so this one is 4 marks. Traditional way, traditional ways direct compose to binary codes. Example like Java. Okay, so ASP.NET go through more process. It change. The first is it change the code. Example like VB.NET, Visual Basic or C# or J#. As long as the ASP.NET able to support it, we'll change to CIL first. Okay. After that, okay, the CILs, okay, will change this one. Okay, we'll compile this CIL, okay, just in time, okay, when it executes it to the machine code. Okay, so this one is the answer for it. Too much. Discuss the role of Common Intermediate Language (CIL), okay, Common Intermediate Language, and Common Language Runtime (okay, CLR) in this ASP.NET Framework Corporation process. Okay, when we go through the slides, we know what is CIL and what is CLR. Okay, so when we go through this slides, right? Okay, we know what is ASP.NET, okay, frameworks. Okay, this ASP.NET frameworks, okay, this is ASP.NET frameworks. There are two important things here, all actually important, but the question asks two things, okay. One is CLR, Common Language Runtime, and one is CIL, actually is in the frameworks, but it is a language, compatible language. So, okay, there are two types of compilations. One is pre-compiled codes, okay, one is interpreted codes, the ones we know. Okay, let us go to this one first. Okay. What is CIL and what is CLR? Common Intermediate Language and Common Language Runtime. Okay, from here we need to see all compliant languages, okay, which able to use in the ASP.NET frameworks, okay, it enables to, okay, the frameworks enables to compile it, okay, to a language which understands by .NET frameworks. The one is CIL. Okay, this is still the explanations only. Okay. And then this CLR, okay, to execute, okay, our CIL to the machine code 0 and 0101. Okay, so when we use .NET frameworks, we can use all the languages which supports by .NET frameworks. Examples like Visual Basics, example like C#. Okay, and these codes, okay, will never compile directly from VB or C# or J# directly to the machine code. Still explanation, not yet the answer. Not yet the answer. Okay, who is your Kashyap? Kashyap? Who is the Kashyap? Huh? Sorry? You are from RST or RSW? RST, yeah. RST, who is the Kashyap? Drop down the name. What to do? Letters. You need to write an apology letter, right? Okay. Drop down the name. Drop out. Okay, make sure I receive the letter. Whatever excuse, write in the letter. Okay. So first we use Visual Basic or C# or other languages. Okay. And the compilers converts this VB or C# okay, to a special language name, and this language is CIL. So this is the answer, right? So what is CIL? This is CIL. Okay. This answer can be accepted for this question. For CIL, 4 marks, right? This one's 2 marks already, right? Okay, after that, okay, our applications executes, okay, this CIL, okay, will compile it, okay, to the machine codes. Okay, this is another process, huh? And what is CLR? Okay. This CLR, Common Language Runtime, okay, in this framework, it compiles CIL to the machine readable codes. So 2-step processes, right? So what is CIL? This one's also correct. Okay, what is CIL? What is CLR? It's 25 marks, okay? You count by yourself, okay, how many marks you get. And then we go to chapter 2. So we use ASP.NET web form. Okay, web form. For this subject you use web form. Okay, not .NET Core. Okay, not MVC. They might have other subjects which they use MVC, but not this subject. Okay. But when we create a project using Visual Studio, can we create a project, right, you're actually able to choose, okay, different type of projects, examples like Core.NET, examples like MVC. Okay, if you want to try, you can try it. Okay, you need the documentations, always available in Microsoft official website. Okay, but these subjects can be used web form only. So, the form, okay, in your practical tools, you already done some things related to the master page and the sitemap. Okay, so, okay, ASP.NET development models, okay, supports, okay, examples, 3 different type of development models, okay, web pages, okay, MVC, web forms, okay, .NET Core, okay, and actually have more than this 3, okay, more than this 4. So ASP.NET web pages, okay, this is the simplest model. Okay, we just need to build the web page. Okay, if you learned PHP or ASP classics before, it is similar to that things. Okay, for the front end, okay, if you want, you can use some server scripts like Razor to do it, okay, or maybe or C#. Okay, and in our subject we use C#. Okay, another script that you can go to, okay, learn is this Razor, and then put it inside the web page front end. Okay. The syntax is easy actually, Razor. So, okay, we have the built-in templates, okay, and the helpers for databases, videos, etc. things. You have PHP class before, right? The first one is PHP code. No. The first one is PHP code. Okay. Open and close the PHP, and then H1 is the normal HTML tag. So when we say that we include, okay, we build a PHP web page, we actually include the PHP code inside the HTML. Why? Web server, web first. Okay, how to make a web page? HTML is the ones that shows to the user in the browser. So HTML first, right? Okay, whatever things show to the user is front end. It is actually HTML. So when we include the things, okay, the different script or different codings inside the web server side, okay, whatever things need to show to user, they actually need to present using HTML. And this one echo today's a function that it will show today, that's right, year, month, day. But need to echo out, come out with the output, and output show inside the HTML, present using the HTML. Okay. So like this one is sample of PHP. And this is sample of ASP. This is a classic ASP code. Classic ASP. Okay, same thing, same simple examples. Okay, H1. And this is normal HTML. When we need to show to the users that we can use some different coding like PHP. Okay, simple function like that. Okay, we call to the functions. Okay, and then functions print out the outputs. Right? We didn't write the long code by ourselves. Okay, this one also. Using different syntax, this is ASP classic syntax. Okay, use the response.write call to a function. A different coding has different library. Different libraries might have different functions that we're able to use. But thanks to those libraries, we don't need to write long code. Okay, no need to write means that we need to study. Okay, whatever provided, we go to study. And then use the correct syntax like this. If you want to use classic ASP, and this is the syntax. If you want to use PHP, then what is the syntax? Yeah, so this is just a simple examples. Okay, this is Razo. Okay, Razo. Okay, this looks more simple, right? But actually, all these PHP, ASP classics, Razo, ASP.NET actually come with Razo. It's the one that doesn't touch it yet, okay? But you can go to explore more once you learn the basic things. Okay, once you learn the basic things, and then you can explore more. Okay, last time I used Razo. Okay, this few years recently I see the Razos. Okay, the most recent ones. Okay, when I have time I go to explore it. Yeah. And this is the Razo. Okay. How to learn all these syntax coding things. Programming languages we learn it. So basic concept of the programming language we know. When we first learn a new coding, okay, we don't learn from the basic things. We already have the basics knowledge. We just need to know what is the difference between these new language compared with those I already learned. Okay, know the difference and then use the correct syntax. Okay, able to come up with a system. But how to build a system we supposed to know already. Okay, so like this one, Razo. Okay. Okay, when we touch, okay, we have PHP, right? PHP. Okay, tutorial. W3 is a good tutorial website for us to learn a new programming language from the beginnings. Very simple things like what is PHP? This one, right? Okay. After that, ASP. Where's my ASP? Things ASP. Okay, so this is ASP. Okay, ASP. Okay, okay. This is ASP syntax. Okay, see the ASP syntax. This is how we write the ASP syntax, right? Okay, this is what we show. We have it inside the slide. So same things. Web system. Web use HTML. So this one is HTML page only. And we include ASP code inside the HTML using the correct syntax. And this one is for ASP classic. Okay, so the syntax is like open this one, close this one, and then put in the coding. How to write the codings? A lot of symbols, examples provided, like how to declare and then use variables in ASP. You click on it, you have the examples. Okay, how to write the first hello world? Okay, means that we need to print it out. How to print the things inside ASP? Use response.write. This is ASP, right? Okay, it compares to PHP examples. Okay, PHP examples, this one, syntax also. Yeah, first example, hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, same HTML, because of web system, web campus system, we use different coding or language to write it. Same HTML, here this is the PHP syntax. Compare with ASP Classic. ASP Classic we open and close using the percentage something. PHP use PHP close PHP. They once use responder, right? This one use echo, accept hello world. Right? There are two things, right? Okay, one more is the Razo. Razo under this ASP. Okay, this one ASP. You see this Razo? Open ASP.NET Razo. Okay, this one is ASP Classic. Okay. The simple things okay, ASP Razos, okay, you can choose to use C# or Visual Basic. This one is C#. Another example is Visual Basics. Yeah, this one is Visual Basic. Okay, now since we use C#, then we open this one to see it. Okay, same HTML also. Okay, this one is HTML code, right? Okay, this one is HTML code. Okay. When we need to, just now with echo in PHP, we use response to write in ASP Classics. In Razos, we use like this one, put in the layers, and this is a variables. But before we have the variables, how do we declare it? Okay, so this is how we declare variables. Okay, like this variables, creating message, okay, and then it's a string. Right. Once we know how to start, the rest of the things actually easy. So it depends on how many tutorial pages or documentations which we already read and tried. Yeah. The difficult thing is how to start, right? So I guide you how to start on it. So this is Razo. Okay, continues. Okay, with my slide. Okay, so this is the one, right? Razo. This one's another example using the database. But provided we already have the database. How to build a database? You have database class, right? Once you have the database, okay, this is Razo. This one is also Razo. Okay, Razos we know how to print or how to come up with outputs, right? Just now, alias and the variables. How to declare variables? Alias variables is what? Okay, this one is a database, and this database actually is simple access only. Simple access. So simple access means that when we use Microsoft Access, right, we able to create a database file with .md what? Something like that, md. If not mistaken, start from md and one more character is not remember. You can go to check. That one is Microsoft Access, right? This one is not mistaken. It's Microsoft Access file only. So you know how to use the Microsoft Access to create a simple database. You can directly use the Razos to include it in your web page. HTML know already, right? I now know how to use Razos to add in these things. Or use ASP Classic, or use PHP or Socket. Don't use PHP, because PHP is another technology used together with open source. Then if you take other subject, maybe you have the PHP related things. But this one is ASP, then we focus on ASP. So you can use either ASP Classic. Okay, your practical exercise actually use ASP Classic syntax. Okay, but now how to use Razo if you know how to use Razo. Yeah. So this is Razo. Okay, you see how to use it. Okay. Open the database. Okay, assign it to variables, and then use some SQL syntax. Query is SQL syntax, right? Okay. Whatever databases that we use, normally we use standard SQL syntax. Oracles, we use SQL syntax. MySQL, we use SQL syntax. Microsoft SQL, we use SQL syntax. Okay, so this is can refer back to SQL tutorial. Select all from the table name. Okay, select all from products. Okay, Razos, loopings, we know. Okay, loopings, we know what is looping. Okay, you learned C before or others programming before. loopings we use for loops, to work. Okay, when we change to other programming language, the thing is just we need to know how to write loopings using the same syntax, using a different syntax. That's it, and not new learns looping. Looping we know, but now Rajos maybe we know. Just use alias. That one is the syntax for the Rajo, and then can use for each or for also can if it knows the size. And for each the row in this DB queries, and then we can print the row one by one. Okay, using a table. This is HTML. HTML we want the tables. That this is still the table tag. Table tag, right? Just when we add in the language or the codings, okay, either they want the ASP, Rajos, or PHP, or Pythons. Then in that case, we can use the looping things to get it from a database or somewhere else, and then use few lines to have a lot of data in our web page. MVC. Okay, this is not covered in this subject, but it's good that we know what is MVC. At least we know what is M, what is V, what is C. Okay, so M represents the application's core. We call it the business logics model. Okay, and view to display it. Okay, like we display it using the web page. This view, this view normally we will put in all the web pages for the front end. Okay, the UI. Okay, we show to the user using HTML page or SPX page, okay, or CHTML page, depends on the language that we use. And this is to display to the user, which link together with the model. We present this one, we need to show the business logics. So the models, okay, you have it, we write the code inside the models, okay, and these models present to the user using the view. And this view, we use the web pages. Okay, and these web pages which we design is supposed to able to show the complete business logic. So this is the concept of MVC. They separate into three main part: models, view, and these controllers. This controller will handle the inputs. Okay. And then work together with these models, okay, and show it in this view. So our subjects, okay, let us know what is models, view, and controllers on it. You might have other subjects, okay, which you use Visual Studios also, okay, but the project you build is MVC project. So this one I don't cover. I cover the basic things on it. Perform. So MVC is a framework for us to build a web application using model views, controllers, design. Okay, at Visual Studio we have the tools for us to make MVC project. Okay, but we don't make it now. You want to explore can use. Okay, but your assignments don't use MVC. There's still another scenario of this MVC. Okay, how these models, okay, view and controller works. Okay. This is the ones that we use. Okay, we cover in this subject form. Okay, traditionals, SP.NET, okay, event-driven development model. The most easy things to learn from this Visual Studio SP.NET. Okay, so the web pages we add server control, we add server events and server code. Okay, web forms. Okay. We use HTML to present to the users, okay, using the web form methods. And this web form should have the codes, okay, the script which contains the processing logics. This one is so. This is Visual Studios, right? Visual Studios. Okay, when you download it, okay, you have the installation file. Okay, for those you already have it. Okay, and this is what you have downloaded. Okay, here's my Microsoft Visual. Microsoft Visual. Microsoft, okay. You download the installers, go through everything, right? Go through everything. Okay, and the components here. Okay. We choose this ASP.NET Web Developments. This is the ones that we need. Okay, but by default, okay, the current installers will prefer us to use .NET Core. Okay, so for us to use the web form, this one. Okay, then we need to select this. Okay, .NET Framework Project and Items template. Okay, select this one. Suppose able to use the web form project, or else we are allowed to create the .NET Core only. .NET Core is good. You can go to explore it. Okay, build a project. Yes, easy things using scaffoldings. Okay, using models. Okay, no need to create and drag all the items one by one. Okay. But study learns .NET Core is not easy to understand, especially we don't have the basics knowledge of this reform. And this is two things. Okay, so click this one. Supposed to be able to have it already. Okay, but because of your practical exercise actually designed using 4.6 frameworks, so later if you're not able to do something in your practical exercise, then the old versions of .NET frameworks here. Okay, if not able, so only you add in this kind of things. Else, right, there should be, for these ones, I just install the default things, and then I plus one more thing is this one, frameworks project and item template. This is the only things that I add for now. If later I'm not able to do your practical exercise, I will add more things. Okay. So after that, when I started already. Okay, so I close it first. Okay, when I start, means that I will start using Visual Studio 202 to this one. If your computer already have the older versions, just continue to use the older version. No need to uninstall and install again. Okay. So we will build a new project. Okay, so create a new project, right? Create a new project, and then this one. The language that we use is C#, so I choose C#. This is Windows, so I choose Windows. Okay, we will build web applications, so I will choose web. Okay, you see the first ones, okay, is .NET Core. This is a good thing. After this subject, please explore to how to use .NET Core. When you go to internships, go to work outside, please don't create web forms anymore. Web form for us to learn first. Okay, so that you won't feel .NET Core is very difficult. Okay, we use web forms to learn the basic things, help us to understand, able to explore to more things. Example like .NET Core. Yeah. So here when you drag down, a lot of other things like this MVC also here. This is my MVC. This one models view controller also here. Yeah. But we go to this .NET frameworks, ASP.NET web applications, .NET frameworks. So C#, and this is Windows, and this is web. Okay, next. Okay, so we go to product projects. Okay, so this is my chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2. It will save everything in the repo. Okay, I use .NET frameworks 4.7. Okay, then I create it. Okay, create it. Okay, we can choose empty or web form. In this case, I just simply choose empty. Okay, so I can configure for HTTPS if you want. Okay, else, okay, just click it, okay, untick it so that we use HTTP only. Okay, so I create it. Once you create it, right, you see my project's name is C2. Okay, so it will generate the necessary, the fundamentals needed library files. Okay, needed files like this one. Okay, so this is C2. Okay, so when I need to add a new web form, okay, we use web form, right? So what I need is just right click and then add a new item. Okay. These items cancel first. Okay. Add a new web form. Add a new web form. Okay, so this is my new web form. Say this is web form 1. Say okay. So this web form I will have design and source. Okay. So this is the design. Okay. So this source you will see actually it is HTML page on it. HTML page, right? Okay. And then add in one form tag with the ID and run as server. Okay. ID and run as server. This is what created when we generate or add a new web form. Okay. And this web form with the file extensions .axpx. Okay. And when we expand this web form 1.axpx, right? Okay, we have .cs file. Okay, web form 1.axpx.cs. That .cs for us to put in our C#. Okay. Continue to your slides. Okay, see what do we have in the slide now. Okay. So when we create a project, okay, say this is project 1. Okay, when we create a project, right? Okay, and okay, we have all the files. This one is actually MVC. Yeah, but we go for this one only. Hello world view.axpx. Okay, hello view. Okay, this one's XPX. Okay, we put in static HTML. So when we open it, the source you see it is actually HTML tag, right? HTML source. Okay, so we use HTML, okay, to present to the user. At the same time, we put in server control inside this AXPX. Okay, this one we call it presentation layer. Okay, and when we expand it, we'll see this CS file. Okay, this CS file, because of we use C#, it will create .cs. If you use Visual Basic, you will see it will create .vb. Yeah, different language. So this one also known as code behind for us to create the dynamic content. Okay, so this is what we have, right? Okay. .axpx, when we open, this is actually HTML. And we put in our server control. Everything we put inside this form tag. This is a form tag, right? Okay. Here we'll place our server control. Okay, and this form text it will have ID and run as server. Compare with those we put in HTML also got form, right? We just simply add a form, toss a form. The difference between this web form and the normal HTML is, okay, you will have this ID and then run as server. Okay. Some things related to this ASP.NET Server Control are the benefits. This one comes in the past year also. Okay, the benefit of using, what are the benefits of using ASP.NET Server Controls? Okay, so this one I read it. Okay. And this one's come in your past year questions also. The question is, okay, what are the differences between ASP.NET Server Control and normal HTML page? Okay. ASP Web Controls, this is the text that we use. ASP label, ASP list box, ASP text box. HTML we know because of we know how to build it, right? HTML like this text box is using input tag, get tag equal to text. Okay. Labels, okay, normal labels or label clause labels, or some things like span also can use, div also can use. So these are the difference between server controls and HTML tag. HTML controls, example like this input type equal to text. Server controls, okay, server control we use standard. We have the toolbox and we use standard. Okay, it will generate this ASP text box, okay, and then we will have ID is what? Okay, it will run as server. So this is a difference between normal HTML and ASP. Okay, more explanations like used by home, web browser, or by server. Okay, why use it? Because of there is basic control things. If you don't need server related things, HTML tag itself able to complete what we need, then we use HTML. Okay. Unless we need to use something related to the server, then we use server control. Okay. Allows server to intervene in the process. Okay. Another enables the view stat, okay, which allows the values return even after the page is refreshed, and we know that HTTP is stateless. Compare. Okay. So circumvents browsers compatible to use. Limitations need to consider the browser's compatibilities, and for the limit type of HTML for limit type of functionalities, okay, still have the dynamics, but maybe it's not that powerful functions. Okay, and this one must be processed by a server. Okay. Okay, ASP.NET server controls. Yeah, this is a syntax. Like when we add a labels, okay, this is a syntax of ASP.NET. Okay, what is the syntax for HTML for label? Open label, close label, and exit. Okay, and this is the syntax for ASP.NET. Okay, when we use our, okay, this one. I go to design. This is a web form, right? Design. This is a web form. Here. Okay, we have toolbox. Where's my toolbox? View and toolbox. Okay, now this is a toolbox, right? Okay, toolbox. Okay, we have standard and we have HTML. Okay, same examples. HTML we have the label, right? Got label or not? Don't have label. Never mind. Okay. HTML will have text box. Label also have, but this one's toolbox don't have. So when I click and drag this HTML text in here, this is a text box, right? Okay. When I go to see the source, okay, so this is an input. Okay. Input, one side tag, this is one side tag. Okay. As long as type equal to text, this is a text box. So this is HTML tag. Okay. When we need to use the form server controls text box also, okay. Where's my toolbox? Okay, here's my toolbox. We use standards. Okay. Says the text box. This is a text box. So I can drag also. Okay, so this is another text box. Okay, I go to. Okay, this is another text box side. Then I go to see the. So this is the ASP syntax. Okay, with ASP and text box. Okay, so this is the difference. Example of the codes by labels. Okay, this is ASP labels. Okay, text box. Okay, ASP text box. Okay, and multi-line. Okay, text area. If HTML uses checkbox. Okay, button also. Okay, so this one is the ASP server control. Okay, compare with the HTML tag that we have or we know how to use it. Okay, whatever is web form, server control and web form. Okay, site. Okay, we have a spacious files in the web form, which we call it, okay, which we have the file extensions .site. So there are some benefits. It says that there are some benefits of using a site. Okay. Web form, we can create a master page. Okay, master page. master page, just right click and then add a master page. That one is the master page. It is like this, right? Okay, add a this one master page. Master page with the file extensions .master. So when we add in, this is a master page. Okay. This master page, okay. This master page with the file extensions .master. Okay. So the text at the first row, you will see this master words. And we have a master page. We design our website design inside the master page. After that, we create the web pages follow this master page. Those web pages will have the file extensions .aspx. When these web forms or web pages follow the master page, inside the source you will see it needs to follow which master page. This aspx follow this master page. So inside the source we will have the tag. We will have the tag specify that this is the master page is from a.master. And inside, we will use the placeholder. So this is placeholder. ASP content run as server content placeholder equal to this placeholder. Okay. And this placeholder, we follow the master page one. We create a master page. Inside the master page, we will have the placeholder. By default, we have one inside the head and one inside the body. If you need to create more, then we add more placeholder. Example like this one, add one more footer. This is the footer. Then only in the web page, which web form, which we generate from this master page, able to have that placeholders that we need. And all the web forms will follow the design from this master page. Only the things that we put inside the placeholder we can change. Right? Okay. So advantages. Okay, this one I don't read I just shows the things that I need to show. Okay, but the words or paragraph, these things you can read. Okay. Sitemap. Okay. In your paragraph 2, after you create a master page, you need to create a sitemap. So this is sitemap. Okay, sitemap is an overview of the pages within the website. Okay, it is a list of pages of website. Okay, which is accessible for the web crawlers or the users. Okay, so this is sitemap. How the sitemap look like? Okay. This is how the sitemap look like. When we create a sitemap, we add a new item. Okay. So this sitemap is this is the sitemap. Sitemap with the file extensions sitemap.sitemap. Okay. In one project, you have one sitemap, and you have only one sitemap. Yeah. So when I add in this sitemap, okay, this is sitemap. Web.sitemap. Okay, with the text XML syntax. Okay, with sitemap not. Yeah, sitemap and sitemap not. Okay. So we go back to the slide. Okay, this is the structure of our sitemap. So in this sitemap, okay, when we create it, already we have the basic structure, including the first line, the XML syntax, including the text sitemap plus the sitemap, plus the sitemap, and including this sitemap nodes. Okay, the first sitemap nodes, two sitemap open and close sitemap node. This is the most outer one. This is what we call it first level. Normally, first level will put our home page, home.axps. Okay. This sitemaps, the structure is standard. The syntax also standard. We have the XML tag, sitemap tag, okay? And then inside we got sitemap node. The first level of sitemap node is two-side tag. Open and close this sitemap node, two-side tag. Okay, you put in the home page. Inside, based on our web pages or web forms, we add in by ourselves. Examples like this one got home. Okay, and then inside this home, okay, have service. Inside service, okay, have training and support. Okay, so home is sitemap node, two-side tag, open and close. Okay. Servers, so this service sitemap node open and close, two-side tag, because inside it still got two training and support. And this training is one-side tag. Okay. This support is one-side tag. This is a standard syntax of sitemap. Yeah? Okay, so sitemap nodes, explanation I don't go through. Okay. So, this one. This is the structures of a website with the home, products, service, home, product, service. Inside this products, you have healthcare, you have sports. Under this service, we have contact us, redemptions. Okay. So this, what is given? Okay, given already. So from here, this one's, okay, the sitemaps, okay, the sitemap given is this one. When we create a sitemap site, what is generated is XML tag, sitemap, open and close sitemap. Okay, the first labels is open and close sitemap nodes. Okay. After that, we add in whatever web forms or web pages that we add in. So this one got error. Okay, this one got errors. Okay, you have your nodes, right? So this, okay, based on this, okay, come up with the correct sitemap. Use your tag, use your tables, and do this one. These questions come out from your past year also, so you must know. You must know. Like this one is these questions if this one's given, ask you to generate the sitemap page, and with this home products, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's most probably got 10 marks. So from these 10 marks, okay, you see how many marks you're able to get. Do it now. Okay, after doing this one, we can stop already. Still got